Alright guys, Ricky Burrows here. We're going to talk about what to do when how to deal with a difficult, controlling wife. Um, I know that I can speak from experience that when you try to take control of somebody who wants control, it's not going to end well. What you got to do is you got to figure out what's the root cause, what's the real problem, and uh, discover the solution to the problem. And it's never going to be yelling at the person. It's never going to be um, trying to say what they say to you back at them, because that's like a nuclear exchange. It just doesn't really accomplish anything. It's just uh, it's just a waste of time. So what you want to do is that if you have a controlling wife and it's just getting so difficult where you you just can't make this person happy at all, you gotta really analyze, um, are you deliberately ignoring this person? Like when you come home, are you glad to like spend some time with her and to, make her laugh, like cuddle with her, rub her back, something like that, maybe watch a little TV show or something. And if you're doing those things, she's happy with that, that's great. Just keep doing those things. But if you are doing those things, like if you do come home and you do the dishes for her, you wipe down the counters, you vacuum the house, and then the second she walks in, she starts screaming at you and yelling at you, nitpicking for something stupid, something that you didn't do. I mean, you have a problem, and it's not going to change because for years, guys, years, I went through this. I went through this for so long, and I tried everything. I tried prayer. I had the belief that if I could just pray, that that would change her mind, and that's not how prayer works. Prayer actually just sorry guys, I've just got a cold and I'm making this video for you, and I hope it helps you out. So what prayer does really is that it just gives people a much more clear understanding of what they need to see, what they need to do. So when you pray, for your wife, just, God, please show her what she's doing to me. He does that. He will show, he will show her that. If you're born again Christian, that's the end result, is that God is going to show your spouse that, what they're doing is not pleasing to him. And so then they have the choice to accept uh, God's commandment to love the spouse, to treat him with respect. It doesn't say whether or not he deserves it. People got this backwards idea that like, you gotta show respect out of, when he really deserves it. That's such crap. The Bible says, give reverence to your husband, and you don't see anything else if he deserves it, and you don't see that in there. So, but guys, if you if you're coming home and it's just if you just turn the key and it's going to be a toxic, hellish environment where you're going to get nailed for something stupid, like your drawer sticking out a little bit, or you made a mess in the bath, you brush your teeth, or you got like a couple of hairs. I got yelled at for like having a few hairs from shaving on the sink, and it was completely like, it wasn't like a nasty mess. I'm talking about like a couple of hairs that are laying in there, and I get screamed at for that, you know. Or I vacuumed the house. I vacuumed the whole house. She comes in, sees the carpet. She says, you did a horrible job. And and it's not like I didn't put any effort. I actually did cover every square inch of the carpet. But she would still come in and say, "You did a horrible job." It's like, okay, do it yourself. You know? All right, guys. So if that's what you've got, you've obviously got a problem, and you have got to have a plan to solve this problem. Go get counseling. We did that. We went. We got counseling. That didn't work. There was always something. Um, there was just always something wrong with me, and I'm open to problems that I have because I'm not perfect. I do need to change, and that would please the Lord. And guess what, guys? There are no consequences. There is no consequences for changing your bad habits. Okay? There are consequences for holding on to bad habits. Clearly, there are. Your lack of friends, you're socially awkward. You go your whole life thinking that you just can't wait to die. I mean, that's what people think. You ask people with a critical spirit, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? They'll say, I hope I'm dead. That's what they'll tell you. Don't get advice from people like that. Don't seek those people for counsel because they're going to tell you exactly what they would do. And if you model what other people do, you're going to get their results. You're going to start thinking like them. You're going to start taking action like they are. Well, what they really do is that their goals in life are so low that they hit them and they don't set any high they don't have any high expectations. They don't have any high goals, and their life is boring. Their life is meaningless. They're always complaining about how bad their life was and how they're mistreated, and everybody's trying to take advantage of them. Dude, come on, get away from those people, right? So, one, you got a problem. You got to have a plan to solve the problem, and you got to take action on it. And that's what I did. I recognized that I had a problem with my spouse cannot communicate with me at all. She thinks that she is 100% right about everything, and she wasn't, and that she didn't need counseling. She had all the answers. And go with books. Guys, there's a great book out there. It's called The Love Dare. That's a very, very good book. We picked it up, we started doing it, and it was great for like 2 weeks. And then she stopped reading it, and then it just fell apart, and then I stopped reading it. I should have went through the whole thing, and I didn't. There's that one. So, and then you need to take action, and that's what I did. I recognized the problem that I can't communicate with my wife. I cannot live in this toxic environment anymore, and that I needed to solve, have a plan to solve the problem, and that was to move out, to get away, to get out of the toxic environment. You know. So I took action. I called my mother, who lives, you know, out of state. I told her I'm coming down because she told me, you have a room here. You can come here and you can stay um, for as long as you need to. That way, you're not going to be in that place. Um, she just gave me the option that, I really hope things work out for you and for Sharon, but if you needed to, you can come here and you have the support of everybody in this family. So I did. I took action. I got in the RV and I drove down to I got all of I made my wife take all of her stuff out, and then I told her that I'm going down to Massachusetts and tell them, don't be a wuss, just man up, okay? You got some balls on you, so just man up and tell her what you're gonna do. They're going to freak out. What's new? You've been hearing it for years. So then you just take action. So you go down to the people who have offered you a place to stay temporarily. Take advantage of that. And I'll tell you what, you will feel so much better. You will begin to feel like you're not going to be attacked as soon as you walk inside the house. You guys, you know how much better I've been feeling? I've been so relieved to come down here. I've been staying at my mother's for, oh man, since I don't know, 2 months now. And guys, I'm just I've been feeling so much better, right? Isn't that's what's gonna happen, right? You're gonna feel better. You're gonna get away from it all, right? And look, don't worry about, I had this worry, I had this fear that if I got away from my wife, um, well, what about the whole desire for sex? Because whenever I was with my wife, she's gorgeous. She's a beautiful, very attractive woman. And I was worried that, what if, I move down, I move out of state and, what's going to happen to me? Am I going to be horny all the time? Because guys, I haven't even wanted sex. Not even like, not even really craved it. It's just I just don't even think about it. Why? Because I've trained my mind to only want my wife, and I don't meditate on having sex with other women. I don't do that. I'm a Christian. I meditate on the scripture and I believe it. I hold to those truths, right? So don't worry about, the feeling of you get away and then, you're gonna be, on this ridiculous horny sex craze, which of course, if you do and you are, then you have another problem, and that's probably something you need to seriously analyze. Because I'm giving you some good feedback here. I really liked being around my wife and I really enjoyed having sex with her, but like um, I did not train my mind to think about having sex with other women. It's wrong. It's adultery. It's unfaithfulness. I made a vow before God, and so I believe that God is just honoring it. He's just sustaining me and keeping me clean and keeping me away from that. You know. And then I get these pop-ups that pop up on the internet, these articles on these websites for something that say that that are that are obviously sexually explicit, and it's just I gloss over it, and I'm not interested in it, and I just click away and I go to something else, and that's honestly how it is. So if you need to talk to somebody, connect with me. Just find me on Facebook. My name is Ricky Burrows. Send me a message. Leave a comment on the video, like this, subscribe, because I'm going to be doing some more videos um, about this sort of thing, where your wife is overcritical, you don't know what to do, and you just are begging God for an answer. All right, I love you guys. And if you're a woman, and you're watching this for some reason, just leave a comment below, and let's just take it one step at a time. Take care.